What's up, everybody? Boy AJ Trip, another reaction video here. This one is 10 disturbing facts you really don't want to know. This comes from Woke Culture. Most of you guys know I've watched some videos from Woke Culture Wrestling, but they have they have a ton of stuff in the Woke Culture family, including just like a regular site, their site for movies. It's totally amazing. So, and this one video comes from Woke Culture, and let's check this one out. 10 disturbing facts you really don't want to know.
Woke Culture.
TMI, M8, TBH. Sometimes people tell you stuff you just don't want to know. A good proportion of you watching this video, for example, ought to consider the month of your dad's birthday and see if yours is 9 months later. Yeah? I'm so sorry. However, when it comes to inconvenient truths like this, there's often that weird old phenomenon of I don't want to look, but I can't not look. And that is exactly why we're not only going to power through this entire list together, but you're then going to send it to your best friend so that they have to sit through the entire thing too. Sick bags, tinfoil hats, and padded cells at the ready. I'm Peter from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 disturbing facts you really don't want to know. Number 10, 20% of office mugs contain fecal matter. Oh yeah, we're hitting the ground running. Office mugs, they have the poops in them. Oh, what's that? You take your own mug into work? Yeah, sorry, but your one has the poops in it too. You see, the simple fact is, feces get spread around a lot more than we would like to believe, especially in an environment that features dozens of people who may not be washing their hands after they've cranked an 8-ball. Picture it, Joe from HR dashes to the gents, code brown. He nips into a cubicle, squeezes out a chocolate hostage, and then quickly runs back into the office without washing his hands, hoping his absence was fleeting enough that nobody knows he's just been to bomb hatch Aunt Moira's Dachshund. I made that one up. But the question you then have to ask yourself is, what have you touched that he's touched? The kitchen door, the cutlery tray, the kettle, the tea bags? All you went in for was a cup of Joe, but you're leaving with a cup of Joe. Number 9, salt water takes 10 minutes to drown you. There are pros and cons between drowning out at sea and drowning in a pool. I mean, neither are exactly preferable, but what with sharks, raw sewage, and Cthulhu lurking in the depths, living out your final moments in the middle of the Pacific is probably not top of the pops. Oh yeah, also, you'll remain conscious as your lungs slowly fill with water over a period of several minutes. Lovely! You see, with regular fresh water, your first lungful of the wet stuff is enough to burst all of the blood cells in your lungs, leading to a fairly quick death. However, inhaling seawater is a different beastie altogether. Because of its high salt content, the water cannot actually cross the cell walls of your lung tissue, and so never makes it into your bloodstream. As a result, you can inhale multiple helpings of brine over several minutes as you desperately try to keep your head above the surface, right up to the moment that your lungs are so sodden that you physically don't have room for any more air in there. The good news is that salt water takes longer to kill you, leaving more time to be rescued, but the bad news is you may be conscious right up to the point at which you die, about 10 minutes after your first gulp of lung juice. Better stick to lake holidays from now on, I guess. Oh, but wait! Number 8, bull sharks can adapt to fresh water. Brilliant! One of the more aggressive and powerful shark species, bull sharks are a force of nature, and they actually eat humans on purpose, and we now know they can adapt to fresh water. Once upon a time, the worst thing about freshwater lakes and rivers were snakes and alligators, but now on top of that, if the body of water you're in is connected to the ocean in some way, a giant bull shark might be lurking beneath the murky surface. They're evolving. Mark my words, they'll soon know how to open doors and reload a magnum. Number 7, 5 rodent hairs are allowed in a jar of peanut butter. Okay, let's start with an important disclaimer. There are not rodent hairs in every jar of peanut butter. I don't want to get sued by Jif. However, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, says it's completely legally allowable for there to be up to 5 rodent hairs for every pound of peanut butter put on the market. How is this happening? What, are rats being employed as cheap labour now? Give them a f***ing hairnet at least. Oh, and also, the FDA says there can be up to 150 parts of bugs for every pound of peanut butter as well. God, how is there even room for that alongside a pound of peanut butter and 5 rat hairs? And I'm trying to cut down on my protein. Number 6, the human head remains conscious after decapitation. I mean, it sort of makes sense in a horrible way. If you have a nice clean decapitation, your brain is going to be totally untouched, and so all that there is to make you pass out and die is the eventual blood loss from, you know, not being connected to your circulatory system anymore. Exactly how long a severed human head remains conscious is open for debate, but the anecdotal evidence is the stuff of nightmares. A man involved in a car crash in 1989 claims the decapitated head of his friend changed facial expressions, quote, first of shock or confusion, and then to terror or grief. In 1905, a French criminal named Henri Languille was executed, and the physician states that over a 30-second period, he was able to get Languille to open his eyes and, quote, undeniably make eye contact with him twice by calling his name. The doctor even claimed that he saw the convict's pupils focus upon him. Good. That's great. Number 5, if you can smell it, it's inside your nose. Remember that thing about HR Joe shitting in the office, folks?
No.
Well, don't put that puke bucket aside just yet, as you're not only drinking feces on a daily basis, but huffing on it too. Top banana. Think about it. You can't detect the presence of something unless you're physically interfacing with it in some way. The harsh reality is that smells are essentially created when tiny fragments break off the object in question, float into the air, up your nose, and down into your lungs to hang out with all that salt water you gulped down earlier. This applies to the sweet smell of your partner's loving embrace and fresh flowers in the spring, but also dead animals on the side of the road, hot midsummer bins, and the cubicle that HR Joe was in 5 minutes ago. There's poop inside your head. In all seriousness though, if you do smell something terrible, do what you can to breathe as little as possible, because that nasty stuff is literally going inside your body, and though your immune system is pretty good at handling these day-to-day germs, it could genuinely make you sick if you're having an off day. This health and safety announcement was approved by WhatCulture.com. Unless you hold your breath too long and pass out and die. That's not our fault. Number 4, humans shed 40 pounds of skin in their lives. And that's me being conservative, because most estimates actually fall somewhere between 40 pounds and 105 pounds. 105 pounds? Jesus Christ. That's 7.5 stone. If you gather up a lifetime's worth of skin, you could build a 13-year-old boy. Don't do that. Well, you can, just don't tell anyone I told you to. Number 3, 100 million organisms live inside your mouth. Oh yeah, at all times, the microbiological party of the year is happening inside your mouth, and everyone's invited. Except herpes, never invited. Worse still though, is this obviously applies to everyone you've ever met, which puts a whole new twist on that intense makeout session you had the other day. Maybe go easy on the tonguing next time. Oh, and talking of herpes, number 2, koala bears can give you chlamydia. Oh, look at him. Oh, those ones are cute. Oh, and look at that. Oh, sweet little things. Koala bears, though not actual bears, are adorable, fluffy creatures that you want to cuddle up with in bed. Except, oh my god, the last thing you want to do with a koala is take it to bed. These guys can be really aggressive, although the cuts, bruises and bites they can deliver will be the least of your worries. Koala bears are notorious for intentionally peeing on perceived predators like you, which can result in you catching your friendly neighborhood sexually transmitted disease, chlamydia. Contracting an STD from an animal is probably not something you want hanging over your head for the rest of your life, so better to stay away from koala bears altogether, I think, or at the very least, use protection, kids. And number 1, a gamma blast could kill us all at any moment. After having to research the previous 9 frankly harrowing list entries, I for one welcome the notion that Earth could at any moment be bombarded by an unbelievably intense beam of high frequency radiation that packs the punch of 10,000 suns. These blasts are actually fairly rare and have only been observed in distant galaxies, but it is more than possible that one could pop up in the Milky Way at any time. There'd be no warning, no contingency plan, and we'd all die. But hey, at least we'd never again have to worry about freshwater bull sharks, hairy peanut butter, and those shitty mugs. Joe, you're fired. And that's our list, but do you have any horrendously traumatizing facts to add? Why not give the YouTube comment section what it deserves and post them below? And hey, remember to like, share and subscribe, because frankly we could all die at any moment, so there might not be much time left for you to do so. If you want to read more lists like this, remember to visit WhatCulture.com for daily news, lists and articles, and you can follow us on Twitter here. I'm Peter from WhatCulture.com, and I'm off to pour my coffee down the drain. Cheerio.
why wasn't that number 10 and the shit thing number 1? I mean, what crazy. Oh. Rat hairs and peanut butter. Oh my heavens. I never. These were disturbing. That's for sure. Heavens to Murgatroyd. And I for a minute there when they said you would drown in salt water for 10 minutes, I was thinking, oh, well, so that gives you a chance to live. But when he explained it, that's actually worse. Yeah. Well, I'm never going to be out in salt water anyway, so no skin off my back. Wow. Let me know what you guys think. Post it in the comment section. Just woo. Make sure you like my video, share my video, subscribe. If you're a gamer, go over to Age20 and subscribe there. And you know what? I'm not subscribed to Woke Culture. I think after watching that, I think I need to subscribe. But those other videos they're putting out, my heavens. Alright, y'all. That's it for me. Now, this is your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other. Be careful out there. And I am out.